Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law. You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Stephen Vaughn is suing his ex's boyfriend Jason Rowan in the amount of $500. He says the defendant broke his son's video game console and needs to pay for a replacement.
All rise. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding. All parties are sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may be seated. Stephen Vaughn versus Jason Rowan. Father, stepfather, arguing over a child. I understand that you're suing him because you believe that he broke your son's Xbox.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want him to pay for it and give $500, right?
That is correct.
So now why are you doing that?
Your Honor, I know Jason through my ex-wife.
You don't know me.
Jason, my ex-wife, and my 8-year-old son, they all live together.
Okay, okay. Go on, Mr. Vaughn.
I've shared custody of my child, 8-year-old son. Now, some say me spoil my child because I give him anything he asks for. It's because he's very good in school, and he plays sports, and he's a straight-A student, and he excels at sports.
He still shouldn't get anything he asks for.
Within reason. Within reason.
Oh, okay, within reason. All right. Well, congratulations to your son. Means you and the wife, the mother, are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Now, what happened?
One night, Jason and my son was playing the Xbox. When my son returned from school the next day, the Xbox console was broken.
That's what your son told you.
He also said that Jason told him he would replace it. I mean, I believe him. Because the man now hold down a job in 2 years.
What does that have to do with me paying? I mean...
No job in 2 years.
2 years.
Uh-huh.
That he's been with my ex-wife.
I'm just unemployed, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
I'm unemployed right
How
now.
long you been unemployed?
It's been about 8 months.
Oh, okay, just 8 months.
Just
what
8
do you
months.
do?
Construction.
Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one right there. Now
No,
tell me about
labor.
this Xbox. It's so seasonal.
Now, I was playing the game by myself, and, you know, usually we play together. This time he was at school, you know, and it froze like it does normally when we play. This is an old Xbox. This is an Xbox 360. He wants me...
One of the first ones?
Yes, one of the first ones, exactly. My point exactly. And he wants me to pay for a brand new one, a 2015 Xbox that, you know, I can't even afford. I can't afford. All the little money I get, I put towards the light bill, the phone bill, you know, little food when I can.
It's a lie,
you
Your
know.
Honor.
You know what? If he doesn't, hold on a
Mm.
second. If he doesn't contribute to that household, be quiet. If he doesn't
Please.
contribute to that household, if he doesn't pay a light bill, a gas bill, that's not your concern.
Please.
Because he lives with the woman who allows him to do that. That's not your business.
Amen.
That's not your business.
Amen.
It's my business
It's
if
not-
I give
no,
her
no,
top
no,
of the
it
child
is
support
not
and give
your-
her extra money on top
So
of the
then
child
you
That's your
deal
support.
with
problem.
the
That's your
ex-wife
problem.
about that, but that's
That's
not
your
your
problem.
business how they run their household.
Exactly.
It's
Thank
not your
you.
business.
You,
She's
you
driving
still in
around in
love.
my old car, Your Honor.
Stop.
He's still in love.
Be
That's what it
quiet.
is.
You allowed her to. You loaned it to her. Not your business.
She has
You
my
have a
son.
choice to make. You don't have to give her a car.
Let
No, Mr. Rowan, you better stop that.
He heard Usher before.
You need to stop it and act like men. Is this what your 8-year-old has to see between two adult men acting like 8-year-olds?
The reason that he's excelling in his extracurricular activity is because of me. This guy is not even around, you know. So yeah, I am unemployed.
He is around. He just said he has shared custody. How's he not around? But
Okay,
I'm
but
not
I'm there
getting
on the
into that
weekdays.
either.
On the weekdays,
Would you be
he's
quiet?
with me. He's with me.
Okay, good.
I'm helping him with football.
But no matter who he's
Homework.
with, neither of you needs to talk about each other in the child's presence. It doesn't help anything.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he has everything he needs already. It's
Don't
like,
tell me what my son needs, all right? That's my son. That's
okay,
my child.
Okay, that's my son, too.
See,
That
that's
is not
the
your
issue.
son.
Stop.
And later,
What does she do?
She cuddles you, Your Honor. She's a
Show me
toddler.
this cuddling.
Well,
I want to see. You too.
may
Go
I?
on, cuddle.
We have to do this now?
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Stephen Vaughn, who is suing Jason Rowan for loss of property.
What happened? It froze.
It froze like it normally does. And what you'll usually do, if you know about game consoles, you press the restart button and it'll come back on. Now, this particular time, I tried to restart it, reset it, whatever you want to call it, and it just wouldn't come back on. So I took it to a GameStop to see what the problem was, and they basically told me that it's either old or it's been used too much, and that's why it was fried. So I had to replace it with a completely new one, which is only $300.
Not
might I
$500?
ask. No, it's negative. Negative.
So why haven't you paid for a new one with $300?
Okay,
Because even if it's old and it was about to tear, it's frozen, and it's an Xbox 360, it's still the child's toy, and they don't make that one anymore, probably.
Exactly.
So
It's
you
that
gotta
old. It's outdated.
Okay, so you got to bring it up because you got to replace the child's toy. So if it's $300, why haven't you bought it for $300?
Okay, I've had every intent on giving him what he wanted. He constantly reminds me of it, but the little money that I do get, because I am unemployed, I put towards the house. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he has everything he needs already. It's
Don't
like,
tell me what my son needs, all right? That's my son. That's
okay,
my child.
Okay, that's my son, too.
See,
That
that's
is not
the
your
issue.
son.
Stop. And that's the issue. You think he spoils them. Whatever he gives him, you end up playing with it. You think that he's living off your ex-wife. The two of you have an issue with each other. That kid probably is not even tripping over that box.
Me not even worry about with Jason.
We
If
in
he- if he can
America.
actually-
We not worried about. We in America. Talk English, please. Proper English.
Oh, you can't do that.
My
You can't,
boy.
hey, Mr. Rowan.
You know what I mean?
You
You know,
cannot
see this-
do
me a
that.
bad man. You don't
Stop,
wanna get your- all
stop,
right, man.
Stop right now. Now, you know what? I'm going to order him to pay you the $300, and I'm going to give him time to pay it. Because that's more important than an Xbox. He got to pay the light bill and the gas bill first. And the rent or the mortgage or whatever it is. And it's much more important. And you need to teach your son that these are the things that matter. This is more important than your games. Mr. Jason loves you. He will replace it, but he just can't do it right now. Because, son, sometimes when adults don't have the money, they just don't have the money. And when they do have limited money, these are the decisions they have to make with that money. What do I pay first? Teach him a lesson on running a household. Now, that's the lesson he can learn, because at some point he's going to be a man that has to make those kind of choices. Instead of trying to make him look bad. That's all you have to do, Mr. Vaughn.
All right.
You can help him much better by teaching him those life lessons, as opposed to trying to buy him another Xbox or worried about that. He has enough toys. You say to him, son, you know what? That Xbox was outdated, and it had run its course. It had run its course like all electronic equipment runs its course. These games change every day. Son, you have the latest one. You have the handheld. But we'll get you another one in time. He'll get you another one.
Your Honor, you think he should be sacrificing his reward because of his mistake? I'm trying to teach him
I'm
responsibility.
just trying to survive.
Oh, you getting out of here. You guys are getting on my last nerves. Judgment for the plaintiff. Pay him $300.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. Both litigants are ordered to take parenting classes.
Hopefully we can put this in the past and focus on my son.
We can, and I will work on getting him a new game console.
Coming up,
What does she do?
She cuddles you, Your Honor. She's a
Show
toddler.
me this cuddling.
Well,
I want to see. You too.
may I?
Go, cuddle.
We have to do this now?
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Michael Flood is suing professional cuddler Safira Hasper in the amount of $1,827.56. He says he caught a virus from the defendant that forced him to miss work.
The case of Michael Flood versus Safira Hasper, suing her for $1,827.56 because of medical bills, and you got a cold and got sick,
Yes, Your
unable
Honor.
to work
Yes, I
from
paid.
her cuddling you.
That is correct. I paid for services, I got sick, and I missed work.
Explain this service to me, please.
Well,
'Cause I was absolutely flabbergasted.
Right,
You are a professional cuddler.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is truly a
New profession.
profession
Yes.
that people pay for.
Yes.
it's a quite popular one, too. You know, as a meditation expert myself, cuddling, you know, everything is motion, we're all connected. So the energies when you huddle up, it really affects your serotonin and chakra. So
Affects your what?
your chakra.
Actually,
What the devil is that?
Well, what it is, it's your brain and receptors, you know, and it's all those good things, your dopamine that makes you happy, you know, and
Your
cuddling.
chakra.
Chakra, yeah. It's not a group, I assure you.
Why do you need a professional, somebody, quote, professional to cuddle you? Why you just can't go cuddle with your friend?
Well, Your Honor,
Or your cousin, or your brother, or your sister, or your neighbor? Why you gotta go pay somebody to cuddle? I think it's just a sham for being a prostitution.
No, well, there's nothing romantic, Your Honor. It's,
Nothing romantic.
No, not at all. Everything is motion and up here, and we don't focus in the down here area. So,
You keep everything focused up at the head.
absolutely, absolutely.
What does she do? She rubs your back up and down and all of that?
Well, there's different. She offers a group coddling session for $60, where a group of us huddle together and we just get our energies type deal. I chose to do a one-on-one interpersonal thing with her because I felt comfortable with her.
And what does she do?
She cuddles you, Your Honor. She's a
Show me
coddler.
this cuddling.
Well,
I want to see. You too,
may
go
I?
on, cuddle.
we have to do this now?
You sure do. Come out in the middle so I can see it.
And
And it's nothing professional. I mean, it's
No.
nothing romantic.
absolutely not.
And
Your
you may
Honor.
hold him for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 second, whatever.
No, they're half-hour to an hour sessions.
Half an hour.
Or, yeah. Like
You
you
just
said.
stand there and hold each other like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's different. We do a 10-minute standing type, you know,
Yeah,
cuddle,
there's
and then
different
we'll
ones.
even go to kind of the couch or the bed, if you will, because
No bed.
You go to the bed.
No bed, Your Honor. There's no bed involved in the cuddle therapy sessions.
you had mentioned something in maybe later sessions if
Your Honor.
So you stand and go to like a sideways?
Yeah, well, because motion's always moving, Your Honor. So
Yeah.
why cuddle right here when you can cuddle side to side? You know what I mean? So you just always got to go with
Like
it.
you rocking a baby.
A little bit, you know, but it's. I'm telling you, this is the research that's done on it. You know, I know you guys might think it's funny, but the
Want to
research.
cuddle with him? Will? Want to cuddle?
Always down for a cuddle.
You know, Your Honor, this day and age, it's all about, you know, the barter system and economy and even things such as touch. You know, we live in such a weird society. We have to pay for now. So I didn't
Wow.
mind giving her a chance.
So $60 an hour?
For the one-on-one session, or 25 for the group, but
Well,
60 bucks.
you know what? I'm racking up all these future employment in case they terminate me. I got matchmaker. Professional cuddler. Shoot, I'm not going to be unemployed. I know something to do. Go on. So you paid her to cuddle you.
Correct.
And what happened? Why are you suing her now since all this great energy?
Well, I'll tell you, it went on for 2 months, and she was great at it, no complaints, but I contracted one time whooping cough from her. And I know,
How did you know she had you got whooping cough from her?
oh, she coughed on my neck during the session.
Ew.
Yeah.
How many sessions? Just one?
That session was one, but before I've already worked 6 sessions with her. And that was
I
the
know,
first
but I'm
time.
saying, so after 6 sessions, you get to session 7, she coughs on your neck.
And my face. So she coughed at least 2 to 3
Oh,
times.
she's
no.
rude.
Oh,
She's
no.
very rude.
You don't cough on
That's
someone's
never
neck and in their face. No one does that.
Not for
No.
60
And you
bucks.
telling me a professional did that?
Yeah. And because of that, me getting whooping cough, I'm an engineer and I took some time off of work, you know.
I
And
thought you were a meditation teacher.
I am. I'm both. I have 2 jobs, so I'm not suing her for the time I took off of work because I used vacation pay, although it wasn't a vacation. I meditate, and I had 3 sessions from 3 different clients. That's $500 a session that I wasn't able to do because I was sick.
So meditation, so as a meditator, you get $500?
Absolutely. Peace of mind is...
30 minutes an hour or what?
For an hour.
I'm in another profession, meditation.
Coming up.
Wondering if he wanted to maybe meet for dinner tomorrow to talk about how the therapy is progressing.
Only in a professional manner.
And then she says...
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Michael Flood, who is suing Safira Hasper for professional negligence.
What did he do? Show me something.
We had sessions, and then I actually ran into him while I was out with my boyfriend downtown, and I said, "Oh, hi, how are you, Michael? This is so-and-so," and he just left very quickly, and then he called the office and canceled his next session, and he's never returned until I hear that he's bringing me to court. So, I mean, that's kind of a sign right there.
So you think that he is bringing you to court, and he got angry because he saw you out with a man that's your boyfriend?
Yes, in my personal private life.
And he cut off his cuddling sessions.
And decided that I should be held responsible for the fiscal...
Because she got me
fiscally
sick.
responsible one.
Did he do anything else?
Yes, I did bring some evidence of some text
That's
messages.
what I just asked you. What evidence you have?
I have a couple text messages that he sent me through before we ended our sessions.
Oh, before he quit?
Before he quit.
And before he saw you with the boyfriend?
And before he saw me with the boyfriend.
So this is why you say you think he's crossing the line?
Yes.
Who says, hey, I thought our session was totally life-changing?
That would be...
Michael.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so then you say, that's so wonderful to hear. I think we've been making progress. Oh.
Before we got sick.
Wondering if he wanted to maybe meet for dinner tomorrow to talk about how the therapy is progressing.
Only in a professional manner.
And then she says, I like to keep all work-related talks at the office, not over dinner. Well, what if we just got to know each other better? We can keep work out of it if you like. I don't want it for work. And then the defendant says, thanks, but I don't date my clients.
That can be taken out of context.
No, not a date.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by... You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
She said she didn't have any kind of coughing sessions and she didn't cough on you, so how do I know that she coughed on you? When you say she did, she said she didn't. And based upon the way those texts were going and the emails and et cetera, it's a little coincidental that after that you dump and cut it off and you get sick and you sue her. A little suspicious to me.
Yeah, a lot of coincidences, you're right.
Yeah,
but...
you're right. So I call those coincidences judgment for the defendant.
Oh.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Next time you should be more professional with your cuddling.
Trust me, there won't be a next time.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studio.